The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
I want to talk about news, don't want the drama. From no pretentious media Madonna. I found me a great ganja mama. Cannabis and coffee with Tamarijuana.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cannabis and Coffee with me, Tamarijuana. Now, I'm going to have to leave you here for about 10 minutes, maybe. I'm going to play some music on Alexa, and you can watch the dogs. But I have a woodpecker in my in my garage, and it's got babies in the tree, and I have a rescue that just got here to come and get this poor thing out of my garage. So I hate to do this, but I don't have any guests anyway tonight. So we're just going to flip out of here. I'm going to let Alexa play some music and I'll be right back. So hang tight, everybody. Watch the dogs. I'll be right back. Alexa, can you play some 70s easy listening? Be right back. Alexa, play 70s easy listening. Alexa, stop. Why are you not working? Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Oh, okay. Alexa, stop. Apparently Alexa's not going to work. So we're just going to do this then. I can play music on this. I think. We can. So we're going to play this. Alright, folks. I am back. Not that anybody's missed me, because I don't know if anybody's watching. Hello! So, we got a woodpecker out of the garage. Yay! Thanks to Jody and Little Mittens and Josh Ulrich. So, the woodpecker that was in my tree, that flew into the chicken coop last night, is now on its way to Little Mittens' rescue in Revelstoke. And she's got a broken wing. So, my damn cats. So, yeah. Anyways, so tonight I'm winging it. I think I said that I was just going to wing it and see if anybody wanted to come in. So if anybody's wanting or watching and wanting to come in and chat, send me a comment and we'll bring you in and we'll have a sesh. And since I was just outside and have missed a whole 28 minutes of my show, but I had to get that done. I'm so sorry, everybody, but it had to get done. But at least we still have the programming and the show going. But yeah, so I had some other good news today. Cheryl has been able to at least get a few seeds to sprout for Haley. So that is one good, that's good news. So we've got some good news. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's what all the good news I got for today. And the woodpecker. So, talking again, with other people and about cannabis and, about the fact that, legalization has come and here we are. We still have consultations coming up here in May. And there are a few of us that have been invited to go to these consultations with Health Canada to update, change minds, try and do something to absolutely get patients back on board. Because through legalization, we were rolled into the Cannabis Act, and we really didn't have much say. And I stood up, and I've said this on every show, when I was in Vancouver and said, until Health Canada recognizes cannabis as medicine, we're going to keep coming back to these tables, and we're going to keep having these same conversations. Now, I know Ted Smith has gone ahead and they filed a charter challenge with a VCBC to try and get some things changed. Now, again, we're back to what I've said before, province to province to province. So again, we have the patchwork quilt of regulations all across this country. And with Quebec winning their appeal that people can't grow even 4 legal cannabis plants in Quebec, leaves Manitoba with the same, issue. They can't grow cannabis legally there unless you're medical. Same with Quebec. You can grow under medical, but you cannot grow under legalization. Some places you can't even smoke a joint in Quebec due to regulations. No advertising, no glass blowing. It just kind of gets to be a bit much. Maybe I can get Loretta to come in since she missed out last week. I'm not sure if she's around. Let's see if we can find Loretta. Oh, apparently somebody was phoning me when I was ignoring them. Let's see. Oh, Cheryl's free. Okay, let's get you in here then, Miss Cheryl. We'll get you in here. Hang on. I'm going to send Cheryl the link. Watching? Are you watching? Are you my watcher? Okay, let's get you in here. Invite. We're going to copy this. And we're going to find Cheryl. And we're going to go here. And we're going to get you in. All right. Command V. Why won't it not let me? Here we are. Okay, honey. I just sent you the link. So while we're waiting for Cheryl, I'm going to go to a quick break and be right back. And we'll be right with you. So hang tight. We're going to run a commercial, and I'm going to see if I can pick up a guest. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Cannabis edibles are an effective way to manage pain and other ailments, especially when you deal with your trusted partner, Legacy 420, in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. You see, we lab test every product on site to ensure proper dosage every time, which is critical when consuming cannabis edibles. All Legacy 420 edibles are made by our classically trained baker and chocolatier, and we also have super tasty vegan options.
Our baker has been in the industry for 25 years. She's also a chocolatier. Everything from savory to sweet, your chocolate bars, brownies, butter tarts, you name it, we make it.
Talk to our knowledgeable Cannatex about our incredible variety available. Give your trusted partners a call. Legacy 420 out on your road.
In February of 2022, the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club and Ted Smith were fined $6.5 million. This for helping 8,500 patients with access to medical cannabis. In our interview with Ted, he spoke to us about how people can donate to help in an upcoming court challenge. And here is part of that interview. From what I've seen lately, I believe that you've got something that you're trying to do as far as fundraising to deal with this next court challenge.
For now, people can write checks directly to Jack Lloyd Law Corporation or send e-transfers to save the VCBC at gmail.com. I guess those are the two easiest ways for people to help right now.
PACE Radio is the People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
Yeah, so Cheryl's getting an error of some sort. So anyways, we're trying to get Cheryl. In fact, I might just phone her on Facebook like I did with Loretta. Because that's what I did with Loretta too. I sent a couple people my link saying, hey, I'm on my show, come on and join us. Because we really need to get the community back together. And I really feel that. Like, something that was really bothersome to me. Aha! There she is. There you are. Awesome. There she is. Woohoo! Can you hear me? I can't hear you. No, I can. Maybe. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
There we go. So, like, I was just kind of saying as you were coming in, is that Murray's gonna come in from Australia too. Woohoo!
Awesome.
Yeah. Woohoo! In Australia. Yahoo! Hi, Murray. You know Cheryl Murray, Cheryl.
Hi.
Cheryl's
nice to meet you.
trying to get the seeds and stuff for Murray. When you see me looking and asking for all these seeds, isn't it Mardi Gras?
It is. Well, it was. I wasn't there. I've had pneumonia over the weekend. So.
Oh, jeez.
So lots of antibiotics and all that good stuff, and I'm starting to feel better.
It's good to see your smiley face.
Yeah. You too. So
Murray
it's
was
been
cannabis cup too, Cheryl. or no, the Kootenai Cup. He was here the year before the Kootenai Cup. He came over for Mum Cup. I think
I
he
know
did.
who you are, but I've never gotten to meet you. It's very nice to meet you.
You as well.
So
Yeah,
Cheryl's
no,
daughter
it was over
Haley.
the Mum Cup.
Yeah,
Pardon?
you're up. Yeah. So I don't know if you know the background on Cheryl. Cheryl's daughter Haley was the youngest child patient for MMAR
Wow.
back in 20
Okay.
2008, way back.
way back.
Way
So
back.
and now she's 30, so she's lived 15 years longer than what they predicted she would live thanks to cannabis, right?
Yeah.
So we've been trying to source seeds because we have discovered that cannabis sprouts are beneficial for your health too, as a dietary supplement.
Absolutely.
Dietary essential.
Yeah.
Essential.
Yeah. You got it. You got it. They're
So-
actually healthier
Yeah, no, I've
than-
heard that as well.
yeah, it like
I've heard
if
that
you
it's
look
as
at hemp
strong
sprouts,
as late juicing and everything like that. If you juice the buds, it's the same as the short.
exactly,
sprout.
exactly.
We're talking 10 to 14 days of sprouting. We're talking like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
sprouts. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So
they've got studies out there that talk about like the hemp sprouts are more like are more beneficial than the seed in so many ways, right? So really we should all be heading into the microgreens to add to our other microgreens, you know?
Absolutely. Well, seeds are in dormant condition where the plant is actually growing and absorbing all of the nutrients right there, and then it's got to be healthier, in my book.
right. So that's what we're trying to establish. So Haley will need 20,000 seeds a month.
A month.
Wow.
So we're trying to source.
Yeah.
Hemp farming.
It
No,
sounds
hemp
a lot.
farming.
It's only, it's only it's equal to a pint of alfalfa sprouts a day. That's all.
Yeah.
Right? It's just, yeah.
It sounds like it's so much because Health Canada, as soon as it pops the seed pod, it's considered a plant. So you're trying to get a plant count for 20,000 plants for a plant grow. You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you even, what's a daily prescription on that? Like, you know what I mean? And again, like, where are you going to get it?
At that stage, you probably could look at a hemp license because you're not looking at medicinal at bud stage or anything like that. I wonder if the seed.
I don't know. Here, like, okay, so in they consider high CBD strains equal to THC strains in our medicals. I haven't seen any. They don't differentiate between the two.
Cannabis. Like a hemp farmer is only allowed to grow 82 metric ton of hemp seed a year, and it has to go through Health Canada too. So, and I have reached out to one of my friends that is a hemp seed farmer, right? But we're not sure the hemp's going to be the alkalinity that she needs from. But again, the seeds don't really have any THC until they hit about day.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. According to my lawyer, they're still considered plants.
Well, they
don't ask me why.
Well,
I don't know.
It's a Health Canada. THC level. Right? So, do you really need to have cannabis seeds? Could they be hemp seeds? Because what's the level of THC or CBD? So I think what we need to, another thing you might need to find out is what's the difference in the chemical breakdown of either sprout?
I'm going to test them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm totally test it. You know, I'm going to test them,
right? So
exactly like totally all over that, man. You know it. I love test.
You got CBD.
I have a thing for I love reading profiles, chirpings, cannabinoids. I just love and doing the comparisons and stuff. So I've been doing it for 15 years. That's all I
know you've got so much research under your belt, even though you're not technically a researcher.
I will be eventually. I will have my degree. I went back to school just so I want to get paid to run the machines. So
right,
gotta have a degree. So that's okay.
Right. So again, that's what I mean. Like when you're testing, if the sprout from the cannabis seed is the same as the sprout from a hemp seed, and there's no difference in any of the chemical breakdown, then then you wouldn't have to go for a licensing for cannabis.
Well, and then okay, so but where does it fall sprouting hemp seeds?
None. There's no regulation in Canada for that at all because hemp seeds you
But
can eat. Buy them. You can buy them like to eat as a,
can you buy raw
They're
ones that are
animals.
viable?
yeah, you sure
Can
can.
you? Can you?
Industrial hemp. You
Okay.
bet we were buying bags of industrial hemp from Rocky Mountain grain growers to throw them all over the prairies because we were overgrowing Canada. Remember, where do you think Dana got all his fucking seeds from?
Yep.
You're welcome. They bagged them, but I sent them. Fuck, me and Kelly Christie bought fucking bags and bags, like kilograms, like fuck 5 kilogram bags of them, right? And but they produce them for shell, so they can shell them and sell them, and for as shell for you can buy hemp seeds and hemp product. So there is no real regulation.
The microwave. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry.
So I would think that you could probably sprout hemp seeds without any repercussion or any licensing at all.
Well, I hope so because we're going to test both, and that hope will be coming up pretty soon. That
Well,
I'll be sending them in
right away. Once I send you those hemp seeds, you got a cannabis, you can do it. And then,
and
then you can decide whether
the tests are coming right quick.
Right, but I mean, then you'll be able to decide whether you actually need a lawyer to get you a licensing at all.
Well, it would be really nice. It would be really nice to not have to and to just do it, right? I don't want, the whole point in dealing with court and going and getting this is so that I don't want to get in any trouble. I just want to give my kid any option because this is like this, with her health and everything, this is like her last option. So the doctor back in January when we were I've been working with Dr. William Courtney since September. So, I mean, this is not, this has all been different levels of it. We're being prepared because we knew there was a chance that maybe she wouldn't be able to consume enough juice because of the medical diet she's on. And like a quarter of the amount. So, a quarter of her prescription, which is not enough, right? And I mean, it could take 2 to 3 months to really start seeing, like, for overall health and well-being, it'll take 2 to 3 months. But depending on what's in it, and it accumulates, right? We'll see. Well, you know what? We'll see. Those tests are going to tell us everything. So back in January, I asked my doctor if we could get some special blood tests done that actually is, I believe it's 11, maybe 7 to 11. I have to go look it up. Cannabinoids in the blood. And so it is done at a research lab. And we will be getting that done there. But what happened was because I couldn't give her full prescription of juice, we're waiting. So we want to see what will sorry, how the acidic works for her, right? Even if it's in small amounts, it's going in, and you're having it as a food. Sorry,
No, I totally get it because, like I said, this is her last option. Like she's lost.
Yeah, her health's not great, and we need to try to find a way to stabilize it. Right? We're going into summer. This end of this week, it's going to be hot. I have to check out all the new. We got it. My mom dropped off a couple of small room air conditioners, which would be. I'm hoping they're going to be enough for at night, so I don't have to have the big air conditioner going, and then she's got music blaring in her head all night, like. So if I can avoid it and just have like double headphones instead of that, it would be like
Haley's had childhood epilepsy. She's 30 now, but she cannot, like, she seizes like lights, noise, raindrops on tin roofs. Like she's had to live
sweeping, name it. Like crinkling up paper too much, stuff like that. So she has environmental triggers, rain. Right. And stuff like that. With her keto diet, medical cannabis, and there are a few other medications, but the big ones is the keto and the medical cannabis. With those, her EEG, when she's got good ketones and glucose is good, she is got like she had one slow spike wave without formation on a 3-day ambulatory EEG, which is just like awesome, right? But glucose was kept dropping a bit, so ketones were really high. And the thing is, it's very hard on the body, so we try to keep them at 5 and glucose up. But she keeps having these glucose drops, like I'm talking under 3. I think it was 2 years ago, she hit 1.9, and they asked me if I had a do not resuscitate because they thought she was going to go into cardiac arrest. It was bad. And then, last year, same kind of thing. And then this winter, she's still not stabilized yet. She went through another one, but there was no heat trigger. So summer this year is really freaking terrifying, because we don't know. And we spent a whole year last year trying to prepare for last summer and still ended up in hospital. Wasn't as bad, but yeah, no, we were still in hospital. We just weren't there a week, so it's really important to get her on those and like no delays. So yeah, in the next couple weeks here, we're gonna know, a few weeks, we will know, looking at the profiles and see what we can do, and then we'll know which way we're gonna lead, which is gonna be the easiest way, and just give her on that, right? Because what I want to do is I want to maximize every potential health benefit in those sprouts, and that's it. Every potential health benefit that can happen.
Right. And if it helps Haley, then think of the benefits it can be for anybody else, right?
And believe me, the doctors are watching, because you do not get to get you don't just easily go, hey doctor, I want to have a test that's done only at a research lab, right? They don't approve it and they want to see what acidic cannabis does, what raw cannabis does to help. So that's what we're after.
Juicing too, right? And how many of us have said that juicing is beneficial, whether it's celery, carrot, but again, you're juicing the whole plant. So you're getting full spectrum out of that plant, right? You're getting the maximum. Like, when I keep saying that these isolates and all this bullshit with the isolates and the distillates, it's like taking a carrot and eating the middle. Like, what good is that?
I mean, they all have their place, but they're not pulling everything apart only helps certain areas. Doesn't help. You're not dealing with the full issue of the body.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Right.
And I know situations where there were kids and stuff that were very sensitive to certain things. So like I've seen a lot of kids over the years who did not fit the norm for the whole CBD, and then not just didn't fit the norm, but or had very specialized, right? Or they might be a 12-to-1 ratio, or not a 20-to-1 or a 5-to-1 or whatever, right? And some children were in the other spectrum. And Haley's common is a 1-to-1. If you give her another 1-to-1, she'll like it, but she'll be able to tell you what's not the same, right? So, and for her, I don't know why, but hers just happens to work the best so far for her for that. So she has her staple cannabis anyways. So I don't really know, like, her body knows, right? Her body knows specifically what it wants, and it knows if it's missing something, right? That like it's not, there's something in the strain that's not there. And these other children that I've seen over the years can be very, very sensitive like that, right? Like I'd hear a lot about the cases that
absolutely.
Yeah, the ones that weren't the normal ones, right? That they were extreme cases and didn't fit the norm, and then you have to kind of figure out what's best. And I've talked to a lot of people who have had to, who work with children in different areas where they had to create it, and they did have to use an isolate in the formula because in certain situations, usually they were adding it to something in order to create it, right? There is a couple of cases that I've heard of where they only have the isolate, but these are not the normal cases. Just, Haley's not a normal case. If I give her high CBD, we got issues. We got real issues, like, like seizures galore, right? So That's
Yeah.
why we currently her juicing is multi-strain high THC. Right? Right? Because it's raw. So that's currently what she is, and that's why we're looking at that as like, okay, the next go-to would be stick with what you know and go with the THC. But now that we're going to be able to compare, and I can't wait to see that. There's other things that I'm getting still working on getting tested, which is like the nutritional information, right? Your fats, your proteins, your carbohydrates, your fibers, right? We need to be it's going to be put into her diet, which is calculated to the 100th of a gram.
Right.
So
yeah,
so we're going to put it in, and yeah.
It's
Hopefully
so
this is what
interesting.
we
Because
need.
every time I talk to you, Cheryl, like it's always like more education. Like you put out so much education, all because you're doing all this testing and experimenting and research for your own daughter. And like I said, to be honest, like she's not a kid anymore, and that's
No.
but she started as a child. This is a childhood epilepsy, but now she's an adult. So we have watched this go through, like you have, go through puberty, go through young adulthood, and
Yeah.
now she's going into her 30s. So the evolution of epilepsy, let's be honest,
yeah,
has
Yeah.
gone from being like, and it's the evolution of epilepsy and what it's done to her mental health, her mental stability, her memory, like
Oh yeah.
the deteriorations, and then the swings up, and then the deteriorations. Because, like, I mean, she was doing so well there for a while, and then she dropped again, and then she
Yeah.
was doing really well, and then now she's back in the low swing again, where everything's kind of fucked up. So,
Yeah, her diet dropped down another ratio. So instead of being 3-1, now it's 2-1. Going on this summer, it'll be 3 years ago, she was on a 4-1 ratio. And it's because of these medical emergencies that we had to keep dropping it.
right.
And so this is going on year 3 of, okay, now what do we do? And it's like, no, there's nothing else we can do except try these sprouts and see, right? And then originally it was going to be the juicing, and then we would see how that went. We knew that there could be some issues, but we were hoping we get a few months under our belts of the full amount before we saw them, but that's not going to happen. There's no way for that to happen. The dietitian and I have gone over
Would
it.
they allow that in Australia? Like, would this be allowed in Australia? Would this be within the realm of medical in Australia?
what do you mean? In a sense,
Like the
repeat
sprouting,
exactly.
like
Would you
because
be
got,
able
Sprouting.
to sprout that much and eat a pint of?
Our laws are so difficult here. Like getting them sprouting, you'd have to have some sort of hemp license or whatever to
And it
deal with
couldn't
it.
be
I haven't
cannabis,
heard
then
of
it could only be hemp.
absolutely. Like I haven't heard of really any hemp juicing at all. That's legal, and finding the right, as you said about for epilepsy people, finding the right medications and stuff, we're still having struggle with that, even though it's gone medical in Australia. The amount that people have to wait for months before they get their script, if it runs out in the meantime, getting your script, you have to get it approved for that strain only, and then that's your script. Once that runs out, you've got to go back
So
and get
there's
another
no
one and get
strain
it approved again.
exploration there's no strain exploration at or what to find your
There's
strain.
not it makes it really difficult to get to that because you have to be approved for each strain that you get to try, that you're paying
That's
for, and some
so
people are
not
paying over
fair.
$1,000 a week. And for tinctures and all that, for people that actually go, okay, that strain works for me, it's so difficult to go, okay, each week I need that one. So they're forking out thousands of dollars a week.
Can you guys
And
grow it
then
medically?
the illegal market, no. There is in Canberra, which is our capital. You can grow 2 plants outdoors. I think it's 4 plants per household, 2 plants per person, and they no one's allowed to see it. It's got to be 18 and 0. It's got to be all closed off, but you can't grow indoors at all. They've got to be able to make sure that they can see what you're growing. And that's it. You can, in Canberra, I think you can carry 50 grams around with you, which is amazing under the recreational law. That's but buying, selling, and sharing is completely illegal.
I have a question for you. Okay, so Haley takes approximately 300 milligrams CBD and 300 milligrams THC in her strain, right? And it's got all the other stuff in it. It's whole plant extract.
Yeah.
Per day. Plus, she vapes a couple of grams a day. And she can have a nasal spray if needed. What would that cost you there per week? That kind of amount of...
Each of those products could be in the 300 mark.
Wow, yeah.
You guys don't have access to nasal sprays and that kind of stuff in Australia.
No, but
just vape pens. I've heard there's one company that's just been released, approved. You can buy Bud Herb, but you're only allowed to vape, and it's from the Mighty, of course, that brand.
Yeah.
Volcano, all of that.
That's an expensive vaporizer. It's good. It's just expensive.
Yeah. It's the only one that's legally approved.
But they were $800 Canadian at one time. I don't know what they are now.
Yeah, when they first came out. Yeah. I think I saw the Mighty for $425.
I think I seen that on your page. It was $420 or something.
And I hear it's great. Yeah. Like, I hear it's a really good one. It's got a good sized bowl and everything.
Right. So you guys just finished with
it's I've tried for portable vape.
How was Mardi Gras? Like, was it?
Sorry?
How was Mardi Gras? You didn't go, but how was it?
I didn't go, but I heard that a lot of people had a lot of fun. It went off without a hitch. Haven't heard of any arrests or anything like that. So all positive. And they had the mounted police officers there. Yeah. So we had mounted police officers at Mardi Gras this year, which was cool. I guess normally we have I'm not sure if we normally have the Black Ops SWAT looking crew come in their whole black uniform, masked up and walking around. I didn't see any photos of them this year, so
that's good.
That's a positive swing.
Right.
But who knows? They still could have been there in the background somewhere, just no one took a photo.
Right.
But yeah. All goes well for an illegal legal party.
Okay, so we got about 3 minutes that I have to stay on live. But when we go off live, stay on so we can talk after, because I want to talk to you guys off there. The show came in, like, honestly, I was a half an hour because of the woodpecker, right?
Freezing up.
So I just left the show running with music, and I had to go. So I didn't come back on the air till 20 after. Huh? What a shit show, but I had to get this started, right? And get on here. But I still want to talk longer, but the show's got to be done because we're on the TV thing. I have to be off of here by 9, which is 8 o'clock your time. And what time is it there, Mer?
It is 58 past 12.
Yeah,
just about 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock, right? So it's afternoon. Look at all the sunshine beaming off him, right? Meanwhile,
freezing up.
Meanwhile, yeah. So we'll wrap this up. Do you want to do any shout outs to anybody before we go? And then, like I said, we'll just let the ending end, and then we'll come back and talk. But no shout outs to anybody? Yeah.
Dr. William Courtney?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
What about you, Mer?
If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to have this opportunity, right? I wouldn't know to try this.
Right.
Give this yeah.
Right. And all the other doctors and stuff that have helped you, like Dr. Hornby, along the way.
Oh yeah, Dr. Hornby. I mean, so many incredible doctors. Our doctors through the years, our neurologists who have been so understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
Wish that we could get Murray to, get his licensing when he was here. So then but Australia is so different. It's just ridiculous. Some of the stuff.
Yeah, it's dropping out big time on my end, the internet.
Oh yeah, I
But
can
shout out for Power 420.
Yeah. Power 20, 420. Dennis is US 420, right? Or is he saying everything's good? We'll talk about that too, Mar. We're gonna have you on my show next week. That's what we'll do. I'll have you come back next week on my show. And Cheryl, you can come back the week after on my show. We'll just keep coming back. Because it's really just a hangout. It's not really It's Cannabis and Coffee with Tamarijuana on the Rewind. Okay, on that note, we'll be back next week with Murray.
Yeah.
Monday night, 8 o'clock. But we'll be back next week with Murray. You all take care. Good night.
You're listening to the Pace Radio
See you
Network
later.
here at paceradio.net.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partner 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420, enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products, make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyndonega Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Are you a cannabis content creator? Are you looking for a place to have your content seen? If you answer yes to both questions, then you need to check out cbgtv.com. CBG TV broadcasting to a worldwide audience. Find us at cbgtv.com.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.